Hi there, I'm Terrence from VIA Labs, and for Computex 2024, I'm here to introduce PortSense. It's a suite of manageability and intelligent connectivity features that's available for select VIA Labs USB hubs. Hubs with PortSense have the ability to read the USB descriptors of connected devices, even in the absence of a host system. So for example, we can see the device class, which tells us the general category in which the device falls under. Like, is it a human interface device, so maybe a keyboard or mouse, or is it a storage device, like a flash drive or a card reader? We can also see if it's a printer, a camera, maybe a networking device, etc. The USB descriptor also contains stuff like the device's name and who made it, the vendor product and revision IDs, and maybe the serial number if it's there. PortSense uses a combination of hardware and firmware, so it's only available in the latest revisions of the VIA Labs VL817, which is our USB 3 5 gigabit per second hub, and the VL822, our USB 3 10 gigabit per second hub. The VL832 USB 4 endpoint device has an integrated USB 3 10 gigabit per second hub, and that also supports PortSense. So here we've got a diagram that shows how PortSense works. The top row represents the traditional enumeration flow from plugging in a device to when it starts working. So assuming everything is already connected, powered up, and ready to go, when you plug a device into a traditional hub, the hub issues what's called a port status change to the host, which is basically like ringing the doorbell. The host then assigns a unique address to the device, and afterwards it sends a GET descriptor request. The USB descriptors are used by the host to identify, configure, and interact with the connected device. So as you can see, a traditional USB hub simply passes these requests through and doesn't do anything with it. With PortSense, we are able to perform the set address and GET descriptor portions of the enumeration process by ourselves. And based on that information, we can potentially make a policy decision. While PortSense can work autonomously, its true potential is unlocked when you integrate it as part of a connected platform, which we show as the external MCU. This could be an IoT module or some kind of management controller. And this brings us to the second half of the PortSense solution. Hubs with PortSense can communicate with an external controller using a standard I2C interface. So of course, we can share the USB descriptor information that we've collected, but we also have a range of manageability controls such as enabling, disabling, or resetting the port, changing the connection speed, toggling USB battery charging modes, etc. These controls can be applied on a per port basis for more granular control. And now we're ready for the demo portion of this video. So here we have a VL822 USB 3 10 gigabit per second hub with PortSense, and if you follow our upstream port, it's connected to this Lenovo laptop. So this laptop is only serving as our host system today, and I have USB viewer on, and it's set up so that when we plug a new device in, you'll see a green bar, and when we pull a device out, you'll see a red bar. And what I want you to notice is how quickly PortSense works. So in general, the delay should be less than a few hundred milliseconds. If you look at these colorful wires, this is the I2C interface, and we have a USB to I2C bridge, which is going through this clear cable into this Surface. And this Microsoft Surface, we're running a COM port, and you can actually just see what our hub is actually reporting. So you can imagine that in an actual system, this represents PortSense output to an MCU. All right, so here goes. I'm going to plug in this mouse. It's a USB mouse, and we can start using it. And you can see that it's an HP 435. It's a USB 1.1 device, and we've plugged a device into port 1. All right, so here I have an Xbox game controller, and we're going to plug this into a random port. I choose port 4. And here we can see the device class is FF, which means it's vendor specific, and we see that it is a Microsoft controller. All right, moving right along. So I have a USB Type-C video adapter, but of course, since this is just a normal USB hub, it's not going to work, so we should get the billboard device. So I'm going to plug in plug in this device here. And it takes a second for the device to realize that there's no video, and we see the error message. So in this case, it's a class 11, which happens to be a billboard device. And we see, yeah, it's from VIA Labs. All right, I'm going to remove this device now. And you see that it disconnected immediately. All right, so we have a couple more devices to play with. So here's an SSD. This one's by Seagate. It's a FireCuda. So you plug it in here to port 3. So we notice on port 3, it's a USB 3 device, and we see that the videos in here are already popped up, so let's close that. And yeah, it's a FireCuda gaming SSD. And we can also see that there is a serial number. All right, and last but not least, I have this not fully compliant USB video HDMI capture card. So let's just plug it in here. And if you see here, port 2 is a USB 3 device. It's from Macro Silicon. It's a C8 USB 3 video capture. And yeah, we hope that you found this demo to be exciting and informative. As we've shown, the advanced capabilities of PortSense extend beyond basic data collection and control. It can provide valuable insights to IT administrators and help businesses manage their USB peripherals more effectively. One use case for PortSense could be maintaining an inventory of connected devices, which is perfect for hot desking arrangements. We could also act as one layer of a comprehensive security strategy by maintaining an allow list or block list of devices, or limiting the use of specific USB device classes in sensitive areas, potentially reducing the risk of unauthorized data transfers. PortSense is also AI ready and can enable the analysis of usage patterns over time. We provide the interface and you can build your application on top of that. While PortSense is supported in the current revisions of the VL817, VL822, and VL832, the function is disabled by default. If you're interested in adopting PortSense for your projects, please contact your VL Labs representative. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.